when you trust God to make the right decision, know that God is committed to you. When you are confused and don't know what to do, know that God is what? Committed to you. One thing that must be ingrained in your mind as a child of God is that I am a child of God. And because I am a child of God, I am not ordinary. There is a supernatural reality to my existence. It must be ingrained in your heart. It must be something you know. Just like you don't doubt your earthly identity. Tomorrow you wake me up, I know who my earthly father is, and I don't doubt it because there is no reason to doubt it. The same thing must become your reality as you journey with God. And that supernatural element that is attached to your existence should give you confidence enough to dare things that the ordinary man will not dare. Knowing that since God is my father and I have a supernatural heritage, even if I want to make the mistake, the supernatural hand of God will not allow me make the mistake because God is committed to his own. God is what? He's committed to his own. There are many persons, they are at a crossroad. They don't know which way to take. When you find yourself in such situation, pray. Once you have prayed enough and you didn't hear particularly saying go right or left, anyone your mind choose, go. There are a lot of people who have been trapped at a particular juncture. They can't go forward because they don't know which way to turn to. I'm here to help you tonight. If you are in such a situation, take 2 or 3 days out. Pray about it. If in the process of prayer you did not hear, make a decision after the prayer. It will be the right one. And if it is not the right one, God will put obstacle there. You will not be able to advance. See, many of us would have married the wrong persons. You know, once your emotion goes, discernment shut down. Once your emotions are released, discernment shut down. So no matter how you pray, you will not hear anything again. The only thing you will keep seeing is a glorious future together. So what God will do to save you is that he will put plenty problem between you and that person. So every day you are quarreling, you are settling. You are quarreling, you are until you know you are tired. You say, "God, if I continue this thing like this, I might not survive it." At the end, you will now discover that it is the mercy of God that have come to you. Because your heart have gone. There's no way you can hear the voice of God, even if he's screaming loud. So he will speak to you by challenges, misunderstanding, until wisdom will finally minister to you. This challenge will not end if we continue like this. At the level of relationship, I can only imagine what it will be in marriage. At that time, you are now left with the responsibility of making the decision. If it's to enter the fire continuously, let it consume you. But God will give you every reason to back out, even if you have entered. And that is because God is committed to you. When you are at a crossroad, you don't know what to do. Know that God is committed to you. That knowledge, that assurance of God's commitment to your journey will give you a kind of assurance to keep moving ahead despite the confusion or the darkness that surround the season that you have entered. Knowing that God is with me, nothing can go wrong. This was exactly the situation that Eliezer of Damascus found himself in Genesis chapter 27. This is a man in a strange land that he has never been. And his assignment is not simple. His task was not simple. He was saddled with the responsibility of bringing a life partner to an only heir. That is not a small task, because there are possibilities that even if you find a suitable spouse or damsel, there are probability that she will not be willing to leave her country to an unknown place. It's just like somebody coming to this place, coming to Nigeria now and say, "Come, let's go to Cape Verde. I have a husband for you." How many of you sisters will go? Cape Verde. Somebody you've never met. You don't know. You don't know if the person is crippled. You don't know if the person is blind. So it was not an easy task on the man, but he made a prayer and he said, "Show my master kindness." And then he drew his own flea, gave God the things, the signs he wants to see. And suddenly, the first person that came out of the city to draw water happens to be the person he was looking for. And he knew that this cannot be a coincidence. Verse 27. And he said, "Blessed be the Lord God of my master Abraham, who had not left destitute my master of his mercy and his truth. I, being in the way, the Lord led me to the house of my master. I, being the way, the Lord did what? Led me. This is why I brought us here. That God is committed to your journey. No matter how confused you are, no matter how dark it is, if you discern where God will want you to go, the direction that He is heading, even though the road is blocked and the impossibilities are glaring, keep moving, because the Lord is with you there. He said, I being on the way, the Lord led me. He could have been hiding somewhere crying. Why is my master wicked like this? Why will he do this to me? How can I come to this strange land? Where do I start from? How do I know who is member of your family? How? He could have been lost in all the how questions. But he moved in the intensity of his devotion to his master, and he anchored his faith to the God of his master, and he believed that his God, his master's God, will favor him on this journey. And he said, I've been on the way, the Lord led me. There are many people who are waiting for the heavens to open, for instruction to come before they take certain steps. You might wait long until gray hair are all over your head, but you can calm your spirit and discern a trajectory and plant yourself upon that path and begin to move. And as you are moving, you might discover eventually that the Lord is committed. Why am I telling us all of this? It is because of the season that is upon us. There are those who God give express instruction and is committed to them. There are those who by faith move. Jesus spoke to Peter expressly. He said what? Come. And Peter, on the energy of that instruction, began to do the impossible. But there is someone like Eliezer of Damascus who did not hear God, neither does he have the capacity to hear God. But he prayed unto the God of his master and he moved in faith. And while he was on his way, the Lord met him on the journey that he was upon. If you understand what I'm telling you tonight, you will kill excuse, you will kill fear. Because what has crippled many persons here under the sound of my voice is fear. Fear of failure. Fear of what if it doesn't work? What if it's wrong? What if it doesn't work out? Listen, one of your greatest advantage in life is that you are a child of God. It means that there is a supernatural element attached to your life, and that supernatural element is what rules the physical. So if you lean on that advantage that you have supernatural, you will be unstoppable. You will be what? You will be unstoppable.